Hello, my dear friends. Imagine the soft light of dawn filtering through a thatched roof, casting gentle shadows on the cool, earthen floor of a pottery workshop. The air is thick with the scent of damp clay, rich with the promise of creativity. You can hear the distant sounds of nature waking up, the chirping of birds, the rustle of leaves, and perhaps the faint trickle of water nearby. But don't be fooled by this idyllic scene, for you probably once survived this unscathed. The reality of a potter's life during the 14th century can be as gritty as the clay they mold. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Picture yourself as a potter, hands stained with clay, the sun peeking over the horizon, ready to begin a day filled with creation and connection. Now, dim the lights. Maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum. And let's ease into tonight's journey together. As the sun rises higher, these potter, a skilled artisan, begins their morning ritual. You trudge through the soft, muddy earth, feeling the coolness seep through your worn sandals. The first task is to gather the raw materials lay from the local riverbank or from the clay pits where the earth is soft and yielding. This clay, dark and rich, is not just a material. It carries the essence of the land, touched by the stories of ancestors and the spirits of the earth. But the glamorous illusion of pottery as a serene art form often overlooks the dirty work that goes into it. The act of digging for clay is laborious and often back-breaking. You might find yourself covered in mud, wrestling with the earth as you extract the precious resource. This is not just a simple task. It's a connection to the ground that feeds you, an act of reverence for the earth that sustains life. The raw clay feels cool in your hands, a soft mass waiting to be shaped. As you knead it, you can feel the grit beneath your fingers, a reminder of its origins. But let's not romanticize this too much. The labor can leave your hands sore, and the risk of injury looms large with every stroke of your tools. Clay can be unforgiving, sharp tools can slip, and the mud can be treacherous. In this world of the 14th century, where every object is handmade, the potter's work is essential. Clay pots serve countless purposes, cooking, storage, and even ceremonial uses. But beyond their utility, there's an unspoken bond between the potter and the earth, one rooted deeply in tradition and culture. It's a practice passed down through generations, almost a sacred duty to shape the future while honoring the past. As you shape the clay into meaningful forms, you are not just creating pots, you are weaving history. Each vessel has a purpose. Some are made for the kitchen to hold food, while others are crafted for rituals, adorned with intricate designs that carry the stories of your people. The glamorous illusion of artistry comes with the burden of expectation. The potter must reflect the community's identity in their work. The sun climbs higher, and with it comes the warm, gentle heat of the day, urging you to take a moment to rest. You find shade under a tree, feeling the coolness of the earth beneath you. The sounds of the workshop fill the air, children laughing, men discussing trade, and women sharing the latest village gossip. Here, in this small community, pottery is more than a craft. It's the heartbeat of daily life. But remember, the serene fade of community life often belies the struggles beneath. The potter's life is not merely a peaceful existence, it is fraught with challenges. The need for collaboration is essential, and so is the reality of competition. While potters share skills and knowledge, the pressure to produce beautiful, sought-after pieces can create tension. The market demands perfection, and the potter must strive to meet those expectations, often sacrificing personal satisfaction for communal success. As you breathe in the earthy scents, you realize that pottery making is a labor of love infused with sweat and struggle. The juxtaposition of the idyllic imagery of the potter's life against the reality of hard labor and community dynamics creates a vivid tapestry of existence. This is not just about clay and fire, it's about the very essence of life, how we create, connect, and sometimes contend with one another. So, as you return to your work, you feel the weight of every pot made, every shape formed, and every story told through your creations. The clay is ready to be transformed, and you are prepared to continue this journey, one vessel at a time. In the next section, we will delve deeper into the fascinating process of sourcing raw materials, where the secrets of the earth are revealed and the potter's relationship with the land comes to life. The tranquility of early morning gives way to the laborious task of sourcing raw materials. You stride toward the riverbank, your feet sinking slightly into the wet earth, each step a reminder of the clay that holds both promise and potential. The air is cool and crisp, invigorating as you prepare to engage with one of the most vital aspects of pottery, the gathering of clay. It's a process that connects you to the land, yet it's also filled with its own challenges and hidden truths. As you approach the water's edge, the rushing current sings a gentle song, inviting you to kneel and collect the precious material. You watch as the clay glimmers under the sunlight, a mix of earthy tones that speak to the rich history of the region. The glamorous illusion here is the idealized view of clay smooth, perfect, and ready for shaping. However, the reality is far messier and more complicated. Beneath this pristine surface lies a gritty truth. The search for quality clay requires effort, skill, and sometimes a bit of luck. Kneeling by the river, you first sift through the mud and sediment. Your fingers plunge into the cool, wet earth, feeling for the quality of the clay. It's a tactile experience, one that requires intimacy and knowledge of what lies beneath the surface. Yet, the act of digging can often be exhausting, especially under the blazing sun. Your hands grow weary, and your clothes become stained with splashes of mud, pulling you closer to the raw and unrefined beauty of your craft. The clay you gather today has a story of its own. It has been shaped by rain, wind, and the slow passage of time, but it also holds the weight of community and culture. Each handful is steeped in tradition, passed down through generations, and it's up to you to honor that legacy. You are not just collecting clay, you are collecting whispers of the past, echoes of the lives that have walked this path before you. Yet, as you scrape away the excess earth and prepare to transport your bounty back to the workshop, you can't help but think about the hidden dangers of this task. The waterway, while a source of life, can also bring uncertainty. The mud can hide sharp rocks or even errant debris that can cause injury. Moreover, the very act of sourcing clay can disturb the delicate ecosystem that depends on these resources. The glamorous image of potters as caretakers of the earth clashes with the reality of their impact on the environment. Consider the potter's worldview a mix of reverence for nature and the necessity of survival. The need for materials often outweighs the understanding of their depletion. This duality creates a tension where one must balance the demands of the craft with the responsibility toward the earth. As you load your gathered clay onto a makeshift cart, you feel the weight of this truth settling on your shoulders. On the journey back, the scenery transforms from the vibrant river bank to the familiar sights of your village. You pass by fields adorned with crops, their green leaves dancing in the breeze. Here, you begin to understand the interconnectedness of life away. Villages thrive off the land, and how every potter's work is a reflection of that very bond. Every piece you create will eventually hold food, water, or even offerings, thus participating in a larger cycle of life and sustenance. Upon returning to the workshop, the real fun begins. You sit down, ready to prepare the clay for shaping. The process is both meditative and labor-intensive. You must knead the clay, remove air bubbles, and ensure its consistency is just right. As you work, the sensations are rich, the texture of damp earth beneath your fingers, the earthy aroma filling your nostrils, and the rhythmic motion of your hands shaping the material. But as you mold the clay into a vessel, you can't deny that this is a labor of love, wrapped in the complexities of duty and expectation. The glamorous idea of pottery as a soothing art form is often overshadowed by the less romantic realities. Each pot must stand the test of time, embodying both beauty and functionality while remaining true to the spirit of the land it comes from. As you create, you reflect on the community that surrounds you. The significance of your work is magnified when you consider how each piece will serve a purpose in the lives of others. It is here that the true essence of pottery is revealed, not merely as an object, but as a vessel of shared experience and cultural identity. In the next section, we'll delve into the artistry involved in shaping the clay, revealing the skills and techniques that transform a simple lump of earth into a cherished piece of pottery. As the sun continues its steady ascent, casting warm rays across your workspace, you prepare to immerse yourself in the intimate act of shaping clay. This is where the magic truly happens, where a raw lump of earth transforms under your hands into something not just functional but also beautiful. The glamorous illusion of pottery making often portrays it as an effortless dance with the material, a serene exchange between artist and clay. Yet, the reality is far more intricate, laden with both challenges and exhilarating moments of creation. You begin by taking a fresh batch of the clay you gathered earlier, its texture still cool and damp, inviting you to explore its potential. The initial steps of shaping involve wedging, a process akin to kneading dough. You push and pull, working the air bubbles out and ensuring that the clay is homogeneous, but the truth is that this stage requires both strength and fineness. Each thrust of your hands against the clay demands physical effort, and the strain can wear you down quicker than you'd expect. The satisfaction of achieving the right consistency comes at the cost of sore muscles and the occasional speck of dirt that finds its way into your hair. As you work, you become acutely aware of the tactile sensations, coolness of the clay, the slight resistance it offers under pressure, and the soft, earthy scent that surrounds you. It's almost meditative, a rhythm that mirrors the heartbeat of the earth itself. The act of shaping clay is not just a physical endeavor, it's a deeply personal exploration of creativity. You can feel the connection between your intentions and the material, a conversation that flows between your hands and the earth. The shaping process begins in earnest as you center the clay on your wheel, if you are fortunate enough to have one. The wheel spins, and as it does, you find yourself in a state of flow. Your fingers glide over the clay, pulling it upward and outward, coaxing it into the desired form. The beauty of this moment lies in the delicate balance of pressure. Too much can ruin your creation, while too little might leave it weak and wobbly. This dance with the clay requires not just skill but a deep understanding of the material's limits and possibilities. Yet, even in this seemingly tranquil moment, the reality of pottery making creeps in. The glamour of creating a perfect vessel often masks the anxiety of imperfection. Each pot has its own quirks and challenges. A slight miscalculation can lead to a distorted shape or an uneven base. The pressure of producing a flawless piece can become overwhelming, especially when considering the expectations of your community. Pottery is often seen as a reflection of the potter's skill and pride, and the fear of disappointing those who rely on your work can weigh heavily on your shoulders. As you mold the clay, you also begin to incorporate the decorative elements that symbolize your community's identity. The patterns and motifs etched into the surface of the pot carry meaning. Each swirl and line tells a story that connects the present to the past. This is where the true artistry of pottery shines, transforming simple functionality into a cultural statement. You envision the pot being used in communal gatherings, holding food during celebrations or bearing offerings during rituals. The pot becomes a vessel for not just sustenance, but also tradition, a bridge between generations. However, let's not overlook the messiness of creativity. As you add colors or engravings, the reality of working with natural pigments can lead to unexpected results. The vibrant hues you hope to achieve may come out muted or entirely different than anticipated, revealing the unpredictable nature of clay. This interplay of expectation and reality often reflects the potter's journey, full of surprises, frustrations, and occasional triumph. In this moment, you begin to appreciate the imperfections as part of the process. Each curve, each smudge, becomes a testament to your journey as a potter. The glamorous illusion of perfect craftsmanship gives way to a more authentic narrative that acknowledges the beautiful messiness of creation. The pot you create embodies not just a physical form, but also the essence of your experience, the sweat and struggle, the joy and satisfaction of bringing something new into the world. As you finish shaping the clay, you step back to admire your work, a proud creation standing tall, reflecting a piece of your soul. You know that soon, this vessel will undergo the transformative journey of firing, solidifying its place in the world. In the next section, we will explore that pivotal moment when the clay transforms into ceramic, revealing the significance of fire in shaping not only the pottery, but also the potter's destiny. With your freshly shaped pots resting under the gentle sun, anticipation builds for the next step in the pottery-making journey, the firing process. This is where the magic of transformation occurs, where the soft clay you've worked so tenderly becomes a durable, ceramic vessel. The glamorous illusion of firing pottery often depicts it as a straightforward, almost mystical moment when the clay simply hardens. However, the reality is much more complex, filled with both excitement and trepidation. As you prepare for the firing, you gather your materials, wood for the kiln, and the tools needed to stoke the fire. The sun casts long shadows across your workspace, and there's a palpable energy in the air, a blend of anxiety and eagerness. The act of firing is not merely about heat, it's a delicate balance of elements that requires skill, timing, and an intimate understanding of your materials. The choices you make in this stage can drastically alter the final product, turning your lovingly crafted pots into extraordinary works of art or, potentially, disastrous failures. You begin by arranging your pieces carefully in the kiln, ensuring that they are spaced appropriately to allow for even heat distribution. The glamorous image of the kiln as a magical oven can overshadow the reality of its unpredictability. The firing process can be unforgiving. The slightest miscalculation in temperature or airflow can lead to cracks or explosions, turning your hopes into shards of unceremonious disaster. This fear lurks in the back of your mind as you light the fire, watching as the flames lick up, enveloping your creations in their warm embrace. The heat builds slowly, and with it, your heart races at the thought of what lies ahead. As the temperature rises, a transformation begins. The clay undergoes a metamorphosis, the particles within rearranging themselves as they respond to the intense heat. You can almost feel the energy in the air shift, a palpable tension as you witness the potential of your work unfold. The glamorous idea of pottery often presents it as a simple art form, but the reality is that you are engaging in a complex chemical reaction, a dance between earth and fire. As the kiln reaches its peak temperature, you can't help but reflect on the historical significance of this process. For centuries, potters have relied on fire not just to harden their creations, but to imbue them with character and vitality. The act of firing is steeped in tradition, connecting you to potters who came before, each of whom faced the same uncertainties as you do. This moment is a bridge across time, linking your experience to a lineage of artisans who have turned raw earth into lasting beauty. Yet, as thrilling as this transformation is, it doesn't come without its own set of challenges. As the firing progresses, you must vigilantly monitor the heat, adjusting the air vents to regulate the flame. The reality is that many potters have lost entire batches due to mistakes in this critical phase. The glamorous allure of creating beautiful pottery is often accompanied by the lurking spectre of disappointment. Each crack or uneven surface can feel like a personal failure, a reminder of the fine line between success and disaster. But here lies the beauty of pottery, a reminder that imperfection is inherent in creation. You've put your heart and soul into these pieces, and whether they emerge as flawless vessels or carry the marks of the firing, they are a reflection of your journey. The pots that crack may tell a different story. One of resilience and learning, underscoring the notion that even in failure, there can be beauty. As the firing draws to a close, you feel a rush of relief and excitement. The kiln's door opens, and the heat spills out, carrying with it the scent of charred wood and clay. You carefully remove your pieces, still warm to the touch, and examine them with a mixture of anticipation and anxiety. Some emerge with vibrant colors, their surfaces smooth and glossy, while others may bear the scars of the firing process. In this moment, you realize that each piece is imbued not only with your skill but also with the spirit of the earth and the fire that has transformed it. The glamorous image of perfect pottery pales in comparison to the profound connection you feel to your creations. Each pot is a part of you, a testament to your labor and dedication. Now, with your newly fired pieces in hand, the next step awaits, the colors and patterns that will bring them to life and tell the stories of your community. In the next section, we will explore the vibrant world of decoration, where the artistry of painting and engraving adds another layer of depth to your pottery. As you stand before your newly fired pieces, a sense of accomplishment washes over you. The once raw clay has been transformed into ceramic, glowing with the warmth of the fire that birthed it. But this is just the beginning. Now comes the delightful yet intricate task of decoration. The glamorous image of pottery often highlights the finished product, the beautiful colors and intricate designs that mesmerize those who gaze upon them. Yet the reality of adding these final touches is a meticulous process that demands both creativity and precision. With your pots resting on a wooden table, you prepare your tools, brushes made from animal hair, natural pigments sourced from the earth, and water to create the perfect consistency for your paints. You feel a thrill of anticipation as you dip your brush into the vibrant colors, eager to bring your creations to life. The tactile experience of painting is intoxicating. Each stroke of your brush feels like an extension of yourself, a way to express your connection to the earth and your community. However, the artistry of decoration is not without its challenges. The glamorous illusion of easy creativity can quickly be shattered by the fear of making mistakes. Each pot has its own unique surface, and the way the paint interacts with the glaze can be unpredictable. You may find that colors run, blend, or react in unexpected ways during the firing process, leading to results that defy your original vision. This unpredictability can be disheartening, especially when you've invested so much time and effort into crafting your piece. As you paint, you consider the meanings behind the designs you're creating. Each swirl, line, and geometric shape carries significance and often reflects the traditions of your community. Some patterns might represent the natural world, while others may echo the stories of your ancestors. This is where the true power of pottery lies, not just in its functionality, but in the narratives woven into its surface. The pots become vessels of culture, each telling a story that transcends generations. Yet, as you immerse yourself in this process, the reality of the potter's life looms large. This artistic endeavor requires a deep understanding of your community's preferences and traditions. The pressure to create pieces that resonate can be overwhelming, particularly when you consider the expectations of those who will eventually use these pots. The glamorous image of a carefree artist clashes harshly with the weight of responsibility you feel, knowing your work must serve its purpose while also honoring your heritage. As you apply the paint, you can't help but feel a sense of vulnerability. Each brushstroke is a risk. You are laying bare your creative spirit for the world to see. The fear of judgment lingers in these air like a ghost, whispering doubts into your ear. Will this pot be appreciated? Will it carry the stories of your people as intended? You remind yourself that art is subjective, and while you strive for perfection, it is the journey of creation that matters most. After you finish painting, you carefully set the pots aside to dry. The vibrant colors contrast beautifully against the earthy tones of the clay, and for a moment, you bask in the satisfaction of your work. But this is not the end. Each pot must now undergo another round of firing to set the colors and glazes properly. As you prepare the kiln once again, the previous fears resurface. The unpredictability of the firing process looms like a spectre, reminding you that even the most carefully crafted designs can be altered or lost in the heat. However, there is a beauty in this cycle of creation and uncertainty. The pots you've decorated are not just vessels, they are symbols of resilience, embodying the spirit of both this otter and the community. Each piece carries with it the essence of your labor, the stories of your people, and the connection to the earth from which it was born. As the kiln fires up, you find solace in the knowledge that whatever the outcome, your creations will resonate with the spirit of your craft. The glamorous notion of perfection fades, replaced by an understanding that art, like life, is a tapestry woven from both triumphs and failures. With the firing complete, and your decorated pots finally cooling, you'll soon unveil the results of your artistic labor. In the next section, we will journey into the bustling marketplace where these creations will find their new homes, exploring the vibrant trade, community interactions, and the stories exchanged in this lively space. The marketplace teems with vibrant energy, a living tapestry of colors, sounds, and smells that captivates the senses. As you approach the bustling square, the air is thick with the scent of spices mingling with the earthy aroma of freshly crafted pottery. You can hear the lively chatter of vendors calling out to potential customers, their voices competing with the laughter of children and the rhythmic beat of drums from a nearby gathering. In this lively atmosphere, your freshly crafted pots await their moment to shine, ready to find new homes among the community. The glamorous illusion of the marketplace often portrays it as a place of fair trade and joyful exchanges, filled with satisfied customers and cheerful smiles. However, the reality reveals a complex web of relationships, negotiations, and sometimes fierce competition among potters striving to establish their place in this bustling ecosystem. As you set up your stall, you can't help but feel the weight of expectation. Each pot represents not just your craftsmanship but also your reputation and livelihood. As you arrange your pots, you take a moment to appreciate the colors and patterns adorning each piece. They stand proudly, each one a testament to your hard work, creativity, and connection to your community. But the glamour of the finished product masks the anxiety that lingers beneath. Will customers appreciate your work? Will they recognize the stories and traditions woven into each piece? The pressure to sell is palpable, and the fear of unsold pots can gnaw at your confidence. A group of buyers approaches, their eyes scanning your wares with curiosity. You can sense their excitement, and it fills you with hope. You join in the lively banter, sharing tales of how each pot was made of materials sourced from the riverbank, the intricate designs inspired by ancestral stories, and the careful processes of shaping and firing that brought these pieces to life. In these moments, the marketplace transforms from merely a place of commerce into a vibrant community gathering, where stories are exchanged alongside goods. As you engage with the customers, you notice the subtle dance of negotiation unfolding. The glamorous idea of a simple transaction belies the reality of haggling that often takes place in the marketplace. Prices can fluctuate based on demand, the seasons, and even the quality of the pieces. You must navigate this delicate balance, understanding when to stand firm on your prices and when to bend. It's a skill honed through years of experience, one that requires both strategy and intuition. Yet, amid this bustling atmosphere, there exists a camaraderie among potters. You can see fellow artisans from your village and neighboring communities, each displaying their unique styles and creations. While the competition can feel fierce, there's also a shared understanding of the struggles and triumphs that bind you together. The potters exchange tips, advice, and sometimes even materials, fostering a sense of belonging that transcends the marketplace's transactional nature. As you continue to engage with potential customers, you hear whispers of appreciation. A mother cradles a beautifully painted pot, admiring the craftsmanship while her children examine the other pieces with wide-eyed wonder. They are drawn to the colors, the stories, and the connection to their heritage. In this moment, you understand that your work is not merely about selling pots, it's about preserving culture and igniting pride among your community members. But then, reality rears its head again. You observe customers leaving empty-handed. Their gaze is a mix of interest and disappointment, perhaps influenced by factors beyond your control. The allure of your creations can be overshadowed by the economic realities of daily life, where finances dictate what can be purchased. For some, a beautifully crafted pot may simply be out of reach, and you feel the weight of this truth settle in your heart. Your pots, while imbued with love and labor, may not always find the appreciation they deserve. As the sun begins to dip lower in the sky, casting golden hues over the marketplace, you find solace in the connections formed throughout the day. Each interaction, whether it results in a sale or not, contributes to the rich tapestry of community life. You realize that the marketplace is as much about sharing stories and building relationships as it is about commerce. The laughter of children, the chatter of neighbors, and the exchange of goods all weave together to create an intricate network of support and understanding. With the day winding down, you pack up your unsold pots, feeling a mix of pride and disappointment. Each piece carries with it the weight of your efforts, and while some may not have found a home today, they still embody your journey as a potter. You carry the lessons learned, the stories exchanged, and the bonds forged in this vibrant space, knowing they are just as valuable as the sale itself. In the next section, we will delve into the rich tapestry of stories and legends that surround pottery, how these narratives are woven into the fabric of the craft and the community, enriching the cultural significance of each piece created. With the sun setting behind the horizon, the marketplace gradually empties, leaving behind echoes of laughter and the soft rustling of leaves in the evening breeze. As you pack away your pots, the vibrant colors of your creations still linger in your mind, but they are not just beautiful vessels, they are storytellers, carriers of legends and cultural narratives that breathe life into your community. Each piece of pottery has its own tale, a rich history that transcends time and connects the past with the present. Pottery is more than an art form. It is a medium through which stories are imparted, traditions are preserved, and identities are forged. The glamorous image of pottery often focuses solely on its aesthetic beauty or functional aspects. However, the reality reveals a deeper significance rooted in the narratives that accompany each creation. As you reflect on the pots you've made, you realize that they embody the wisdom of generations who came before you, their stories etched into the very fabric of the clay. In your community, these stories are shared during gatherings, passed down through oral traditions that captivate the hearts of young and old alike. You remember sitting around a fire with elders, listening to tales of bravery, love, and the spirit of the earth. The pots you create are not merely objects, they are vessels for these narratives, holding the essence of your people's history and culture. One tale in particular resonates with you, the story of a legendary potter from generations past, who was said to have crafted a pot so beautiful that it was believed to be blessed by the ancestors. This pot, adorned with intricate symbols of fertility and prosperity, became a centerpiece during community celebrations, its presence believed to attract abundance and joy. The tale is rich with lessons about responsibility and the power of creativity, reminding potters that what they create is imbued with meaning that extends far beyond themselves. Yet the reality of these stories often intertwines with the communal experience of pottery making. The process is collaborative, involving not just the potter, but also the community at large. Families come together to assist in various stages, from sourcing materials to decorating and selling, creating a shared narrative that strengthens bonds. Each pot becomes a community effort, a reflection of collective identity, and an embodiment of the values that underpin your way of life. As you reflect on the tales behind your creations, you find that stories are not merely historical records, but living entities that evolve over time. The children in your community listen wide-eyed to the legends, and, in their innocence, add their interpretations, enriching the narrative tapestry. These stories are a source of pride, a reminder of your roots, and a guiding force as you navigate your identity as a potter. However, these intertwining of story and craft can also carry its burdens. There is an expectation to uphold the traditions and narratives passed down through generations, which can feel overwhelming at times. The glamorous notion of being a celebrated artisan is often tempered by the responsibility of preserving these stories authentically. The reality is that the weight of cultural heritage can feel heavy on your shoulders, raising questions about how to honor the past while also allowing space for innovation and personal expression. As the stars begin to twinkle in the night sky, you feel a renewed sense of purpose. You realize that in every pot you create, there is an opportunity to contribute to the ongoing narrative of your community. Each piece is a chance to bridge the past with the present, to share the lessons learned from those who came before while also inviting new stories to unfold. This connection to legacy ignites a fire within you, propelling you forward as you embrace both the traditions you cherish and the creative freedom that lies ahead. The beauty of pottery is that it is not static. It is a living art form that breathes with the stories of those who shape it. As you finish packing up your stall, you recognize that the tales you tell through your work are just as valuable as the pots themselves. They are a means of connection, an exploration of identity, and an expression of love for your craft and your community. In the next section, we will explore the daily life surrounding pottery making, delving into how these beautiful creations integrate into the rhythms of domestic life, influencing cooking, storage, and the very essence of family traditions. The moon hangs high in the night sky, illuminating the village with its soft glow, casting gentle shadows over the homes nestled among the trees. As you return to your dwelling, the vibrant energy of the marketplace still dances in your mind. You can almost hear the laughter of children and the chatter of neighbors, but now the focus shifts to the intimate world of daily life, how your pottery fits into the fabric of household routines and family traditions. Pottery is woven into the very essence of domestic life, serving as a fundamental aspect of how families cook, store, and celebrate. Each piece you create carries with it a purpose beyond aesthetics. The glamorous illusion of pottery often depicts it solely as art, yet the reality reveals its profound role in nurturing and sustaining life. The pots you craft become vessels of sustenance, holding food that nourishes not just the body, but also the spirit of the family. As you enter your home, you observe the pots scattered throughout, some nestled by the fire, others stacked on shelves, all filled with the bounty of your land. These pieces serve as a testament to the hard work and devotion that goes into both pottery making and daily sustenance. In the kitchen, you find a pot simmering over the fire, filled with a hearty stew made from vegetables harvested earlier in the day. The air is thick with the rich aroma of spices, merging with the earthy scent of clay pots that cradle the meal. In this moment, you understand that your creations not only hold food, they also hold memories. Each meal shared around the fire becomes an experience steeped in togetherness, laughter, stories, and the warmth of familial bonds. Pottery transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary, creating a sense of ritual around mealtime. The glamorous facade of simply eating is stripped away to reveal the deeper significance of sharing food from pots forged by your own hands. However, the reality of using pottery in daily life is not without its challenges. The wear and tear of everyday use can lead to chips and cracks, which may evoke feelings of sadness as you witness the gradual degradation of your creations. Each mark tells a story of its own, a reminder of the moments shared, but it also brings forth the reality that these cherished items are not impervious to the demands of life. The glamorous image of pottery as a pristine work of art stands in stark contrast to the lived experience of using and caring for these vessels. This dynamic relationship between potter and pot is underscored by the rituals surrounding their use. You find that each family may have its own traditions, different pots designated for special occasions, or specific patterns passed down to signify the importance of particular meals. In your community, the pot used for ceremonial feasts carries a weight of expectation, often adorned with symbols of abundance and prosperity. The reality is that the spiritual significance of these pieces adds another layer of responsibility. The pot must not only be functional but also honor the traditions of your ancestors. As you reflect on this, you recognize the connection between the act of creating pottery and the everyday moments it facilitates. The pots you make are not just objects, they are integral to the storytelling of your family life. They hold not only food but also the essence of your culture, traditions, love, and the shared experiences that bind generations. The act of cooking in these pots becomes a way to connect with your roots, a means of honoring the generations before you through the simple act of preparing a meal. Yet, there is also a sense of joy in knowing that your work contributes to this cycle of life. Each pot you create plays a role in the daily rituals of your community, helping families celebrate milestones, share grief, or simply enjoy a meal together. The reality of your pottery making is a journey intertwined with the rhythms of life, where each piece serves as a reminder of the beauty found in practicality. As the evening settles in, you gather with your family around the fire, sharing the meal prepared in one of your pots. The laughter and conversation flow freely, and you realize that this is where the true magic of pottery lies, within the shared moments that become cherished memories. The pots serve as vessels of connection, bridging the gap between the past and the present, nourishing both body and soul. In the next section, we will explore how pottery serves as a silent witness to history, capturing the essence of the community and offering insights into the lives and cultures of those who created them. As night deepens and a blanket of stars envelops the sky, you sit by the fire, reflecting on the life of a potter not just as a creator but as a custodian of history. The pots surrounding you are far more than mere vessels. They are silent witnesses to the passage of time, embodying the stories, struggles and triumphs of your community. In this intimate gathering, you can sense the weight of history resting within each piece, their surfaces etched with the fingerprints of those who shaped them long before you. Pottery has long served as a gateway to understanding the past. The glamorous illusion of historical artifacts often portrays them as pristine relics housed in museums, carefully curated for admiration. However, the reality is that these pieces carry the raw, unfiltered essence of daily life, testaments to the creativity, resourcefulness and spirituality of their makers. Each pot reveals something about the people who crafted it, encapsulating their culture, traditions, and values. Consider the ancient techniques that have been passed down through generations. The way you knead the clay, the patterns you carve, and the colors you choose are all influenced by the teachings of your ancestors. As you work, you can almost hear their voices guiding you, reminding you of the importance of preserving not just the craft, but also the stories that accompany it. The pots you create today echo the forms and styles of those that came before, linking you to a lineage of potters who shaped the identity of your community. As you examine the pots you've crafted, you recognize that they tell a story, a narrative woven from the fabric of daily life. Some pots might display signs of wear from years of use, their surfaces smoothed by the hands that have held them. Others might carry vibrant colors and intricate designs, reflecting the artistry of potters who poured their hearts into their work. Each piece has its own history, a unique journey marked by the hands that shaped it, the fires that hardened it, and the families that cherished it. But let's not overlook the deeper implications of these artifacts. The reality is that pottery is often tied to social structures, economic conditions, and cultural practices. The shapes and sizes of pots can reveal information about the diets of people, their cooking methods, and even their trade relationships. Archaeologists study these remnants to piece together the lives of those who came before, uncovering the secrets of ancient communities and their interactions with the world around them. In your own village, the pots you create are not just functional items. They are embedded with meaning. Certain shapes might be reserved for special occasions, ceremonial pots used in rites of passage or harvest celebrations. The patterns you paint on them may signify blessings for fertility or protection, connecting the physical object to the spiritual beliefs of your people. This interplay between everyday utility and cultural significance transforms pottery into a living history, one that embodies the ethos of your community. As you engage in conversations with elders and fellow potters, you understand the importance of storytelling. The tales shared around the fire serve to preserve the collective memory of your people, ensuring that the lessons of the past are not forgotten. The pot becomes a symbol of resilience, a reminder of the hardships and victories that have shaped your community. Through your craft, you carry the weight of this legacy, using each piece you create to honor those who have come before and inspire those who will follow. Yet, the pressure of being a vessel of history can feel overwhelming at times. The glamorous notion of a potter as an artist often overshadows the responsibility that comes with the role. Each decision you make, from the materials you use to the techniques you employ, can have ramifications that extend beyond your immediate surroundings. The reality is that the pots you create today will become part of your community's history, and that knowledge fills you with both pride and a sense of duty. As you gaze at the pots around the fire, you realize that they will continue to tell stories long after you are gone. Each vessel will find its place in the homes of families, becoming a part of their own stories, shared meals, and cherished moments. You are not just a potter, you are a storyteller, a bridge between the past and the future, using your craft to narrate the rich history of your people. In the next section, we will explore the seasonal rhythms that influence pottery making, revealing how the natural world impacts the craft and the materials used, deepening the connection between potters and the earth. As dawn breaks, casting a soft light over the village, you rise with a renewed sense of purpose. The changing seasons are not merely markers of time, they hold profound influence over the rhythms of daily life and the practice of pottery making. Nature's cycles dictate not only the materials you gather but also the communal activities that bind families together. The glamorous illusion of pottery making often paints it as a static art form, but the reality reveals a dynamic process, deeply intertwined with the natural world and its ever-changing landscape. The seasons dictate the availability of raw materials, guiding you to the riverbanks where clay is harvested. In the spring, as the earth awakens, the rains soften the ground, making it easier to dig for clay. You can almost taste the freshness in the air as you gather the luscious, dark earth that will soon transform into beautiful vessels. This connection to the natural world is a reminder that your craft is not separate from the environment, rather, it thrives within it, drawing upon the resources that the land generously provides. Summer brings a bounty of colors and textures into your pottery. The clay you gather might be infused with minerals that result in vibrant hues when fired, creating a canvas that mirrors the lushness of your surroundings. The patterns you choose to paint reflect the splendor of the flourishing flora, as flowers, leaves, and sunlight inspire your designs. Each brushstroke becomes a celebration of the season, a way to channel the beauty of nature into your creations. As autumn approaches, the air grows crisp and the days shorten, signaling the end of the harvest. This season is particularly significant for potters. It is a time for community gatherings, where families come together to share the fruits of their labor. The pots you've crafted take on new importance, becoming vessels for the season's bounty, holding grains, storing food for the winter months, and serving as containers for offerings during harvest festivals. Each pot crafted during this time carries the spirit of gratitude, echoing the abundance of the land. Yet, the winter months present their own challenges. The cold can make the gathering of clay more arduous, the ground becomes harder, and the river may freeze, limiting access to your natural resources. The glamorous idea of a potter working in a sunny studio is quickly washed away by the reality of braving the elements. You find yourself adapting, perhaps relying more on stored clay gathered earlier in the year, or utilizing techniques that allow you to work indoors, near the warmth of the fire. The winter months also provide a unique opportunity for reflection and creativity. With fewer communal activities and the landscape blanketed in snow, you find time to experiment with new designs and techniques. This season becomes a canvas of its own, where the quiet stillness inspires a deep connection to both your craft and your heritage. You may find comfort in crafting smaller, more intricate pieces that require patience and focus, each one a meditation on the art of pottery. However, winter's solitude can also be isolating. The realities of the potter's life during the season remind you of the interconnectedness of community and craft. The support and collaboration of fellow potters are vital, especially during the colder months when the risk of burnout looms large. There is a certain glamour associated with the image of the solitary artist, but the truth is that pottery thrives on connection. The stories exchanged during the warmer months, the laughter shared over freshly prepared meals, and the camaraderie built around the kiln become lifelines that sustain your spirit. As you navigate through the seasons, you come to appreciate how they shape not only your craft, but also your identity as a potter. Each season brings its own lessons of patience in the winter, abundance in the summer, gratitude in the autumn, and renewal in the spring. The cyclical nature of life is mirrored in the pottery you create, and your work becomes a reflection of the world around you. The pots you craft are not only functional, they embody the very essence of the seasons, each vessel a testament to the relationship between the potter and the earth. As you prepare for another day of creating, you feel a deep sense of gratitude for the resources that sustain you. The land, the climate, and the communal spirit all intertwine to forge a path for your artistry, reminding you that you are part of a greater tapestry woven across time and space. In the next section, we will explore the challenges and triumphs faced by potters, shedding light on the hurdles in the craft and the resilience that has allowed the art of pottery to endure through the ages. As you begin a new day in your workshop, the reality of being a potter sinks in deeper than ever. There's a compelling beauty in the craft, but the path of a potter is fraught with challenges that test your resolve and creativity. The glamorous illusion of a serene life crafting beautiful pots belies the realities of hard work, economic struggles, and the constant pursuit of perfection. Each day presents hurdles that require both skill and resilience, and it's this very resilience that has allowed the art of pottery to persevere through the ages. The first challenge you face is the physical labor involved in pottery making. From gathering raw materials to molding, firing, and decorating, each step demands strength and endurance. You might find yourself with sore muscles after a long day of kneading clay or digging it from the riverbanks. The glamorous idea of potters as delicate artists is quickly dispelled by the reality of back-breaking work that often leaves you exhausted. Yet, it's in this toil that you find a sense of accomplishment, a tangible reward for your efforts. Economic pressures also loom large over your craft. The demand for pottery can fluctuate, influenced by seasonal changes and the whims of the market. While some years bring abundance, Others may leave you with unsold pots and dwindling income. This unpredictability can be disheartening, especially when you've poured your heart into each piece. The glamorous image of a potter being celebrated for their art is often accompanied by the harsh reality of financial insecurity. You must learn to navigate these ups and downs, balancing your passion for art with the need for sustainability. Moreover, the competition among potters can be fierce. As you set up your stall in the marketplace, you are surrounded by fellow artisans, each with their unique styles and stories. While there is a sense of camaraderie, there is also an unspoken pressure to stand out, to produce pieces that will capture the attention of buyers. The glamorous notion of being a renowned potter can feel distant in the face of this competition. You might grapple with self-doubt, questioning whether your work is worthy of appreciation amidst the multitude of talented artisans. Yet, within these challenges lie opportunities for growth and innovation. The reality is that every setback presents a chance to learn and adapt. A batch of pots that doesn't turn out as expected can prompt you to experiment with new techniques or styles. The struggles of financial insecurity may inspire collaborations with fellow potters, pooling resources and skills to create something truly unique. It's this resilience and ability to learn from adversity that defines the spirit of pottery makers throughout history. As you forge ahead in your craft, you also draw strength from the stories of those who came before you. The legacy of potters past echoes in your work, reminding you that this art form has always faced its share of obstacles. From ancient artisans who navigated the challenges of their time to modern potters pushing the boundaries of creativity, the thread of resilience runs deep. Each pot you create becomes a part of this lineage, a testament to the enduring spirit of those who have shaped clay before you. Community support also plays a crucial role in overcoming these hurdles. The relationships you build with fellow potters and the people of your village provide a safety net during difficult times. When sales are slow, the encouragement of your peers and the shared experiences of challenges can lift your spirits. The glamorous idea of the solitary artist is transformed through the reality of collaboration, reminding you that you are part of a larger network of creativity and support. As you step back and view your work, you come to understand that the challenges you face are as integral to your journey as the joy of creating. Each pot is a reflection of not just your skill, but your perseverance, each flaw a testament to the learning process. The reality of being a potter is a tapestry woven from both struggle and triumph, each thread contributing to the vibrant narrative of your craft. In the next section, we will explore the innovations and adaptations that potters have embraced over time, revealing how they blend tradition with modern techniques to meet the evolving needs of a changing world. As the sun rises once again, illuminating your workspace with a golden hue, you stand ready to embrace the future of pottery making. The world around you is changing, new ideas, technologies and materials are emerging, and just as the seasons influence your craft, so too do these innovations shape the way potters create. The glamorous illusion of pottery as a traditional art form often suggests that it exists in a bubble, untouched by the currents of modern life. However, the reality reveals a vibrant and adaptive craft, where potters blend age-old techniques with contemporary practices to meet the needs of an ever-evolving society. You begin your day by experimenting with new materials. Perhaps you've heard whispers of a different type of clay that has the potential to yield exciting results. It's a thrilling prospect that showcases the potter's innate curiosity and willingness to push boundaries. As you knead this new clay, you feel its texture and composition, marveling at how it differs from the familiar earth you've always used. The potential for innovation sparks a fire within you. Each new material holds the promise of unique creations that could resonate with your community in fresh ways. Incorporating modern techniques into your pottery-making process can also open up new avenues for artistic expression. While the core of your practice is rooted in tradition, integrating aspects of modern design can elevate your work to new heights. You might experiment with glazing techniques that enhance color vibrancy, or explore new firing methods that alter the final appearance of your pieces. The glamorous notion of pottery as static art is shattered by the reality that it is a living, breathing form of creativity, constantly evolving as potters like you dare to embrace change. As you delve deeper into these innovations, you find inspiration in the stories and experiences of fellow potters from different cultures and backgrounds. The world is a vast tapestry of artistry, and the techniques that others employ can inform and inspire your own practice. You may discover a unique carving method from a distant land or learn about the benefits of using specific tools that optimize your efficiency. This exchange of knowledge fosters a sense of connection and community, uniting potters in a shared commitment to growth and creativity. Moreover, as society shifts, so do the needs of your community. The glamorous idea of pottery as merely decorative art must adapt to the reality of everyday life. You understand that functionality remains at the heart of your craft, and there is a growing demand for pieces that reflect contemporary lifestyles. For example, the rise of urban living has led to a need for smaller, multifunctional pots that can serve various purposes in limited spaces. Embracing these changes allows your work to remain relevant and meaningful, ensuring that your pottery is not only beautiful but practical. The desire to cater to evolving tastes can be daunting, but it also brings excitement and vitality to your practice. The reality is that you are not just creating for yourself, you are responding to the world around you. Each piece you craft becomes a dialogue between tradition and innovation, between the heritage you cherish and the future you envision. This blend of old and new breathes life into your work, allowing you to carve out a unique identity as a potter who honors the past while firmly stepping into the future. Yet, as you embrace innovation, it's important to remain rooted in the principles that define your craft. The essence of pottery lies not only in the techniques you employ, but also in the stories you tell through your work. The glamorous image of the cutting-edge artist should not overshadow the rich cultural heritage that informs your practice. Striking a balance between tradition and modernity is key, ensuring that your innovations enhance rather than overshadow the narrative woven into your pottery. As you navigate this journey of adaptation, you find strength in the knowledge that pottery is a reflection of life itself, ever-changing, filled with challenges and opportunities alike. The innovations you embrace will shape not only your work but also the stories that accompany it, enriching the cultural landscape of your community. In the next section, we will reflect on the lasting legacy of pottery in modern society, considering how this ancient craft continues to inspire and connect people across generations and cultures. As the day unfolds and the sun bathes your workshop in warmth, you pause to reflect on the lasting legacy of pottery, a craft that has survived the test of time, evolving alongside humanity itself. The glamorous illusion of pottery often romanticizes it as a relic of the past, a mere artifact of ancient civilizations displayed in museums. Yet, the reality is that pottery is a living art form, bridging the gap between generations and cultures, continuing to inspire and connect people in profound ways. Your mind drifts back to the pots you've created, each one carrying within it a piece of your story and the stories of your ancestors. The legacy of pottery spans thousands of years, with its roots intertwined with the very foundations of human civilization. From ancient cooking vessels to intricate ceremonial pots, pottery has played a vital role in the daily lives of countless communities. It is a testament to human creativity and ingenuity, a reflection of our ability to adapt and innovate in response to our needs. In modern society, pottery remains relevant, offering a tangible connection to our heritage. The resurgence of interest in handcrafted goods has sparked a movement toward appreciating the artistry and skill behind pottery. People are increasingly drawn to the uniqueness of handmade pieces, recognizing them as not merely functional items but as works of art infused with meaning and intent. Each pot tells a story, a reminder of the hands that shaped it, the earth from which it came, and the traditions it embodies. As you consider the role of pottery in contemporary culture, you are inspired by the ways in which it continues to foster connection. Pottery classes and workshops are cropping up in communities, inviting individuals to engage with the craft and explore their own creativity. These spaces become havens of collaboration, where people of all ages come together to learn, share ideas, and celebrate the joy of creating. The act of shaping clay becomes a communal experience, a bonding ritual that transcends differences and encourages dialogue. Moreover, pottery serves as a medium for self-expression, allowing individuals to reflect their identities and beliefs through their work. Modern potters draw on their diverse backgrounds and cultural heritage, incorporating elements that resonate with their personal narratives. This infusion of individuality breathes new life into the craft, creating a rich tapestry of styles and interpretations that celebrate the beauty of diversity. The legacy of pottery evolves, adapting to the voices of contemporary artisans who use the medium as a means of storytelling. Yet, as you embrace this legacy, it's important to remain mindful of the responsibility that comes with it. Pottery is not just about creating beautiful objects, it is about honoring the traditions and stories of those who have come before. As you shape your work, you carry the weight of history, ensuring that the narratives embedded within your pieces are preserved for future generations. The reality is that you are part of an ongoing dialogue, a thread in the rich tapestry of human experience that continues to be woven with each new pot. As you reflect on this legacy, you also recognize the role of pottery in sustainability. In a world increasingly concerned about environmental impact, the craft of pottery offers a pathway to reconnect with the earth. By sourcing local clay, Using natural pigments and embracing traditional firing techniques, potters can create pieces that honor the environment. This commitment to sustainable practices not only enriches your craft but also serves as a model for future generations, illustrating that art and nature can coexist harmoniously. The legacy of pottery is not just one of the past, it is a living testament to resilience, creativity, and connection. As you step back and admire the work you've done, you understand that your craft is part of something much larger, a continuum that spans time and space, linking you to potters across cultures and epochs. The pots you create today will carry stories for generations to come, reminding each person who holds them of the beauty found in craftsmanship, community, and heritage. In the next section, we will explore the future of pottery in a modern world, contemplating how contemporary potters can navigate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead while staying true to their craft and communities. As the sun sets, casting a warm glow over your workshop, you contemplate what the future holds for pottery in a rapidly changing world. The craft has endured centuries of evolution, but now, more than ever, contemporary potters face unique challenges and exciting opportunities that require adaptability and foresight. The glamorous idea of pottery as a timeless tradition is intertwined with the reality of a dynamic landscape, where innovation and sustainability must go hand in hand to ensure the craft's survival. In this era of digital technology, the accessibility of information has transformed the way potters share their work and connect with audiences. Social media platforms allow artisans to showcase their creations to a global audience, building communities that transcend geographical boundaries. The ability to share videos of the pottery-making process or host virtual workshops creates new avenues for education and collaboration. You can see how potters are using these tools to tell their stories, inviting others into their creative journeys and fostering a sense of belonging among like-minded individuals. However, with these advancements come challenges. The glamour of online fame can create unrealistic expectations, leading to pressure on potters to produce work that consistently meets the demands of an ever-evolving market. The reality is that the journey of a potter is filled with ups and downs, and the focus on instant gratification can overshadow the importance of craftsmanship and dedication. It's essential for contemporary potters to remain grounded in their values, ensuring that their work reflects their authentic selves, rather than just the trends of the moment. Sustainability is another critical factor shaping the future of pottery. As awareness of environmental issues grows, potters have a unique opportunity to lead the charge towards responsible practices. Embracing local materials, minimizing waste, and utilizing eco-friendly glazes not only honors the earth but also resonates deeply with consumers increasingly interested in sustainable products. The glamorous notion of pottery as a luxury item can be reframed to highlight its potential as a sustainable choice that aligns with modern values of environmental consciousness. Moreover, the future of pottery lies in the collaboration between tradition and innovation. While it's vital to honor the techniques and stories that have been passed down through generations, contemporary potters can also explore new methods and designs that reflect their unique perspectives. This blend of old and new can yield exciting results, creating pieces that resonate with both the heart and the mind. As you experiment with your own work, you recognize that the key is to maintain a dialogue with the past while remaining open to the possibilities of the future. Education plays a crucial role in shaping the next generation of potters. By sharing knowledge and encouraging young artists to explore their creativity, you can ensure that the craft continues to thrive. Workshops, classes, and mentorship opportunities allow seasoned potters to pass on their skills while also learning from the fresh perspectives brought by newcomers. This exchange of ideas fosters a vibrant community of creators who can inspire one another and contribute to the ongoing evolution of the craft. As you reflect on your own journey as a potter, you realize that the future of pottery is not just about the pots themselves, but also about the connections forged through the act of creating. The relationships you build with fellow artisans, your customers, and your community are at the heart of what makes pottery so enriching. Each pot you create becomes a vessel of connection, linking people to their heritage, to each other, and to the earth. The reality of navigating the future as a potter is a delicate balance of embracing change while remaining true to the core values that define your craft. The journey is not without its challenges, but with each new piece you create, you contribute to the legacy of pottery, ensuring that it remains a dynamic, relevant, and meaningful art form that continues to inspire and unite across generations. In the next section, we will wind down our exploration of the slow, daily life of 14th-century African potters, reflecting on the rich tapestry of experiences that shape both the craft and the community. As twilight descends over your village, the soft glow of lanterns illuminates the gathering spaces where neighbors come together to share stories and laughter. The day's work is winding down, but the spirit of creativity and community continues to thrive. As you sit with your fellow potters, sipping on herbal tea and reminiscing about your shared experiences. You reflect on the slow, daily life of a 14th century potter and the rich tapestry of experiences that shape both the craft and the community. The glamour of pottery making often highlights the beauty of finished pieces, the intricate designs and the skilled hands that create them. Yet, the reality is found in the daily rituals and relationships that surround the craft. Pottery is not merely an act of creation, it is interwoven with the social fabric of the community, where each pot serves as a symbol of connection linking families, generations and traditions. In the early hours of the morning, you rise with the sun, greeting the day with a sense of purpose. The fresh air fills your lungs as you gather your tools and materials, preparing to immerse yourself in the work that sustains you and your family. The process of gathering clay, shaping pots, and firing them becomes a meditative practice that connects you to the earth and to the lineage of potters who have walked this path before you. Each day brings a rhythm of activities, from the laughter of children playing nearby to the conversations shared with fellow artisans as you exchange tips and techniques. The camaraderie among potters fosters a sense of belonging, a reminder that you are part of something larger than yourself. This community thrives on collaboration, where knowledge is passed down through generations, ensuring that the craft is not forgotten. As you work, you are reminded of the stories behind each piece you create. The pots are imbued with meaning, representing the rituals of daily life, the celebrations of harvest, and the expressions of gratitude for the earth's bounty. They become vessels of memory, holding not only food but also the essence of the experiences shared with loved ones. Each meal gathered around the fire, every festival celebrated, is intertwined with the pottery that serves as a backdrop to these moments. Yet, the journey of a potter is not without its struggles. The labor can be demanding, the resources may be scarce, and the challenges of competition can weigh heavily on your shoulders. However, it is within these difficulties that resilience is born. The reality of hard work and dedication shapes not only the craft but also the character of the potter. Each setback becomes a lesson learned, every crack in a pot a reminder of the beauty of imperfection. As the evening deepens, you take solace in the knowledge that your work contributes to a legacy that extends beyond your own lifetime. The pots you create today will carry stories into the future, connecting generations to their roots. In this way, pottery transcends time, becoming a bridge between the past and the present, a means of preserving culture and identity. In the quiet moments shared with friends and family, you realize that the true beauty of pottery lies not just in the objects themselves, but in the relationships and experiences they foster. The slow, daily life of a potter is characterized by connection between the potter and the earth, between artisans and their community, and between generations bound by shared traditions. As you gather with others to share a meal served in one of your pots, laughter fills the air and stories are exchanged, echoing the rich history of your craft. In this moment, you understand that you are part of a continuum, a tapestry woven from the threads of creativity, culture, and community. The reality of a potter's life is a beautiful dance of labor and love, of challenge and triumph, of individuality and shared heritage. As the last embers of the fire fade into the night, you feel a deep sense of gratitude for the path you have chosen. The art of pottery is not just about shaping clay, it is about shaping lives, creating connections, and leaving a legacy that resonates through time. And so, with a heart full of stories and dreams, you settle in for the night, knowing that tomorrow will bring new opportunities to create, connect, and continue the age-old